Your brain is exhausted because it's been running a marathon you never signed up for. Every scroll, every notification, every unfinished thought is another mile added to the race. And now, even when you're doing nothing, you still feel tired. You tell yourself you're just lazy, unmotivated, broken, maybe. But what if you're not lazy at all? What if your brain is simply burned out from carrying too many open tabs? Today, we're going to explore the real psychology behind why your motivation is gone and how to recharge your mental energy before you burn out completely. Part 1. The hidden fatigue you don't see. You wake up already tired. You stare at your phone before your eyes even adjust to the light. Within 5 minutes, you've consumed more information than someone in the 1800s saw in a week. Your brain was never designed for this much input. It evolved to track survival, not endless feeds, faces, and deadlines. Every time you switch between apps, your brain performs a microtask. Each one costs energy. The more you switch, the more energy leaks. Here's what's strange. You can feel physically fine, but mentally paralyzed. You sit at your desk and stare at the screen, but nothing moves inside you. That's not lack of discipline. That's cognitive fatigue. Psychologists call it decision fatigue, a state where your brain burns energy, simply deciding what to do next. Too many choices, too much noise, and your mind begins to shut down to protect itself. And maybe that's the truth. No one tells you. You're not procrastinating because you don't care. You're procrastinating because your brain is drowning. Part 2. The psychology of mental energy. Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain runs on a delicate fuel system. Every thought, choice, and emotion costs glucose, literal energy. That's why, after hours of thinking, you can feel as drained as if you'd been running. But energy doesn't just disappear. It gets mismanaged. Instead of using your focus on what truly matters, you spend it fighting invisible battles. Overthinking, comparing yourself to others, replaying conversations, trying to control things you can't. That's how your brain leaks energy. Not from effort, but from mental friction. Imagine driving with your foot on both the gas and brake at the same time. That's what chronic anxiety does to your brain. And this is where neuroscience gives us a clue. Studies show that when your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, is constantly activated, your amygdala, the part that detects danger, also stays on high alert. Your body can't tell the difference between a real threat and a notification ping, so you stay stuck in survival mode, always on, never at rest. Part 3. The modern trap of productivity. You've been tricked into thinking that rest is laziness, that productivity equals worth. But the more you push yourself without recovery, the less productive you actually become. That's the paradox. We're obsessed with optimizing every second. But what if your brain doesn't need optimization? It needs oxygen. You scroll because you're tired. You're tired because you scroll. It's a loop that slowly drains your dopamine reserves until even the things you used to love feel numb. You start a project, lose interest. Start another, lose interest again. You think you lack motivation, but what you really lack is mental freshness. Part 4. How to recharge without forcing motivation. Here's the truth. You can't force your way back to motivation. You have to restore it. Here's how. 1. Reduce input before you add output. Before trying to create or perform, stop consuming. Your brain can't generate ideas when it's already full of other people's noise. Silence isn't emptiness, it's control. 2. Switch from stimulation to stillness. Scrolling gives you cheap dopamine spikes that crash quickly. Stillness, like walking, journaling, or meditating, activates your brain's default mode network, the area linked to creativity and clarity. This is why great ideas come in the shower, not on your phone. 3. Respect the energy curve. You can't run at 100% all day. Your mental energy naturally dips every 90 to 120 minutes. Take short screen-free breaks to reset your focus. 4. Rebuild dopamine sensitivity. When everything feels boring, it's not because life lost color. It's because your dopamine system is desensitized. So do the things that refill it slowly. Exercise, sunlight, real conversations, deep sleep. 5. Detach self-worth from output. You're not a machine. You don't need to earn rest. Your value doesn't rise and fall with your productivity graph. You recharge, not by doing more, but by allowing yourself to be human again. Maybe your brain isn't broken. Maybe it's just tired of trying to be perfect. You've been in survival mode for so long. Felt calm feels like boredom, and rest feels like guilt. But listen closely. Your body isn't asking you to quit. It's asking you to pause, to breathe, to reset, to remember that you're not behind. You're just overstimulated. So the next time you tell yourself you've lost motivation, ask instead, what have I been running from? What have I been giving my energy to that gives nothing back? Your mind doesn't need more pressure. It needs permission to rest, to recover, and to remember what matters. Because the truth is, you don't need more motivation. You need less exhaustion. And once your brain feels safe again, motivation doesn't have to be forced. It flows.